Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Please introduce yourself.
Right, my name is Igbemawe Dimi Asami. I am a screenwriter. I am a storyteller. I am a story consultant. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, which is an important bit to add. I've been screenwriting for a long time, and I'm a proud father, proud husband. And yeah, I see film as being what I'm going to be doing for life. Good to meet you.
Amazing. So how do you know Varen? Who is Varen to you?
Varen is a student from my screenwriting class at the Ebony Life Creative Academy, the 2025 batch, and she has been an interesting addition to the class.
Okay. So let's dive right in. Pick a number from between 1 and
7.
15. Okay. Do you believe in fate or that we create our own destinies?
I believe it's both. I believe we create our own destinies. I believe there is a framework and a certain amount of options available to us. So those are the destinies, but then the fates that we pick. We have multiple fates, and then we choose which one we're going to align with. So I believe, yes, there's a road set up for you, where you decide whether you're going to go on that road, whether you're going to turn left or right, whether you're going to go fast or slow. I believe that is the point where you have free will.
Great. You pick a number between 1 and 15. In what ways do you think you've grown in the past year?
Learning to regulate my emotions a lot more, learning to understand myself a lot better. I see myself as someone who's consistently growing, but then having a new addition to the family, it tests a big part of me. So learning to better handle a newborn and a toddler. That is something I'll say I have grown in. Also, I think I've grown better as an instructor because I've learned a lot more to connect with students and to bring things down to their level, to come to not just teach from on high, but to make it face to face, to make it more hands-on, and to see if I am actually teaching, if I'm actually reaching, or if I'm just standing in front of class and opening my mouth.
Okay, pick another number, please.
13.
How do you deal with regrets and forgive yourself for mistakes?
If it's something that I can't do anything about, that's that. I've made the mistake. I can't change it. I am going to feel the guilt, but I give myself a certain amount of time to feel that guilt. But then I also start planning the next course of action because I need to course correct. If I have hurt somebody, I need to fix it. If I have hurt myself, I need to fix that. If I've hurt a relationship, I need to fix that. So instead of just staying in the guilt, I'd rather do something about it.
Please pick another number.
4.
4. What do you think happens after we die?
There's a fantastic story I heard years ago and it stuck with me. It's called The Egg. I can't remember the name of the writer. And the gist of the story is that every single person on earth is one person. Every single person on earth is you. So when you die, you take the experiences you've learned and you store them somewhere, and then you reincarnate as a different person in a different era. So in that case, you are the best person on earth and you are the worst person on earth. You are Hitler, you are Jesus, you are a newborn baby, you are an old man. So the thing about being nice to one another, the thing about being and treating each other with kindness, with love, is essentially saying treat yourself with love, because every single person that exists is you. So you die and come back as a different person for you to experience the fullness of life, after which you move on to the afterlife.
Another number.
3.
3. Do you think people are born good or do they learn to be good?
I think people are born good. Environment plays a big factor, but I think the basic tenet is good. We're a blank slate and we start taking up what exists in the environment around us. So even if we're born into a terrible position, we know something is off, even if we don't know what is off. We can know something is off because of the goodness within us when we are born.
What has been your biggest challenge and how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge in recent times was working on a 130 episode series. It was my first time being on a project of such magnitude. And really, music is a big part of what got me through, music and God, because the Linkin Park song, Heavy is the Crown, I came across that song just shortly after I won the African Movie Academy Award. the AMA award, and there's a crown there, an award-winning screenwriter. And now I'm in the writer's room on the 130 episode series for the first time, and the level of work is challenging to a degree that I was not used to. So, really, I just went about it every day and reminding myself that this is what I chose to do. Nobody forced me to be here. I could leave at any point. Knowing that I had the option to leave at any point made me think, let me do one more day, and let me do one more day. And surprisingly, with each day, I got better at it. With each day, I was able to give more. We were doing long hours, and it was intense. And I was working with people who were massively talented. So also having them to bounce off, them to offer guidance, them to offer a space where it's easy enough for me to learn while putting in the work, that made it a bit easier. So I think what I would say helping to overcome that challenge was realizing that, okay, I could do one more day, just one more day, just one more day.
What moments in your life do you think shaped you the most?
Of all the moments, there's one I'll still refer to, and that's the moment I realized that I could write. It was a secondary school competition, and an impromptu secondary school competition where we were given 5 lines to write a poem with, and I did. And after writing the poem, I won. After that, I was asked by my friends to write poems for them, which made me write more. Then I met someone my age, at the age of 15, who had written a book, and that made me interested in writing my own book. After that, I decided to pursue writing professionally.
Is there a decision you've made that you wish you could undo, and why?
Before I traveled out of the country for university, it's a decision that a suggestion was made, and with that suggestion I made a decision to not tell people around me that you're traveling, because there's this superstition that if you share your plans, they're going to fall through. And it had happened twice. I was supposed to go to the US twice, but I got denied the visa twice. So this third time was, okay, I'm not telling anybody, not even my closest friends. So some of them didn't know I was traveling until the day I traveled. Some didn't even know until a week after I traveled. And that made me lose some friends. So yes, it is a decision. I wish I was able to share the next stage of my life with these people who meant a lot to me at that time.
What does love mean to you, and how did you know when you had found it?
I stayed away from the fairy tale a long time ago, because the fairy tale it leads you to the stage of marriage, but it never tells you what happens after. And so I stayed away from that. Because I'd done a lot of readings, I'd seen how love has been warped in a lot of different instances, a lot of different relationships, friendships, with family, with romantic love. And so I was a bit jaded by the time I met my partner. So I was also having a bit of a bout of depression, and she was patient, which is something that drew me to her. She was very patient, she was very understanding, she understood my emotional avoidance. She understood that I was emotionally unavailable, but she was ready to wait. So recognizing the values that we both shared, recognizing the kind of person that she is and continues to be, and recognizing the kind of person that I am, and seeing how they fit. For me, it wasn't butterflies, it was values, it was person, it was character. And those things meant a lot to me, and they still do. And thankfully, the person I'm with is somebody who reflects that on a regular. So I did not think of love as, oh, I've met you, everything's going to be fantastic. No. What love meant for me was, oh crap, this is the person that I'm going to be fighting with for the rest of my life. And making up it after everything, because there's going to be a difference of opinions in relationship, but I'd rather have the difference of opinions with you than with anybody else.
That's beautiful. What's a belief that you once held strongly that you've since changed your mind about?
That is still going to be about myself. I thought I was patient. I thought I was very patient. But yes, right now I'm relearning patience, because my kids are showing me that they have a lot more energy than I do. They have a lot more stamina than I do, and they have louder voices than I do. So I'm learning to be patient with their wants, with their times, and all of that happening, especially when I didn't have tight deadlines. it is an extremely tiring time. So I honestly, for years, I thought I was the most patient person ever, but now I realize that yes, patience is not something you are, it's something you choose to be.
Okay. But is patience a virtue? Is it still a virtue?
It is an important one.
Okay. If you could know the absolute truth to one question, what question would you ask?
Skip. That was number 2.
Okay, forgive me. I don't know how I missed it. What's something you've always wanted to do but have been too scared to try?
Skydiving. I've been scared to try it, but I don't think I will stay that afraid forever, because that is something that I'm going to do repeatedly once I have the chance. But yes, skydiving.
Okay. If you could live during any period in history, when would it be and why?
200 years from today. Why? Because I would like to see how society has grown in that time, and I would like to see what the Nigerian identity is like by that time. Are we still proudly Nigerians, or have we become so disenfranchised that we don't care about the country anymore?
Oh gosh. Really hit. What does happiness mean to you?
Happiness for me is a choice. It is a choice consistently, because regardless of whether things are good or bad, regardless of whether things are sunny or rosy, it is a choice we make. And there used to be a time when I thought it was a feeling, but now I believe that you can have everything and still be unhappy. You can have nothing and choose to be happy. So I believe that happiness is a choice. And that choice can be even better fostered by those around us. If we have a loving community around us, if we have loving partners, and then if we have a better sense of self, if we love ourselves, I believe that we can find happiness a lot easier that way.
So what would you say, when are you the happiest?
When I'm being stressed by my kids. When they are stressing me, I look at these kids and I'm like, I want to ship you guys off to my parents, let go and bug them for a while. And then I realize the thing you're doing to me now, I used to do to my parents. So this is, and it makes me laugh, because how can I complain about something that I used to do?
Then final question, what do you think is the purpose of art?
I don't think there's a single purpose to art. For me, it has multiple purposes. It has multiple uses. For some people, art is therapy. Art can be the only way they can express what they are too afraid or too ashamed to say. For some people, art is release. For some people, art is showmanship. So I believe it depends on the person. What art means for me, though, is it is a chance to visit other people's worlds and to look at life through other people's lens. So it is a chance to connect with people, a chance to understand people, instead of just being judgy and thinking that, oh, this person is the way they are, and that's it, without understanding the why.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
What's one, before you go, do you have any piece of advice for any creative that is starting their creative journey?
Don't be so distracted by the success stories that you forget the fact that it can be a marathon. If you know the reason why you're doing this, hold on to that reason. That reason is as important as what you're doing. So don't do it for shallow reasons. Find a deep reason. Find something that will make you stay, even if or when it gets tiring. Because the more you push, the more you do, the more you build yourself, the more you stretch and exercise your creative muscles, the better you get, and then the wider reach you can have. Also know your audience, know who you're creating your art for, know who you're doing this for, as opposed to doing it just because you feel like. Because when you know who your audience is, If it falls with the wrong audience and they are judging it poorly, then you can just shrug it off. But when the right audience finds your work and it resonates with them, then you know you've done it.